Hello everyone. あ、こんにちは。こんにちは。斉藤和子です。皆さんこんにちは。斉藤和子です。Okay, こんにちは is for the hello in Japanese and 斉藤和子です。That's my name. Okay. I use 和子斉藤 when I speak English, but like in Japan, we go from last name and then first name. Okay, so I'm going to teach you some Japanese phrases and for the self-introductions. So today with using the SOFLA model. Okay, this is the pre-work. Okay, and I'm trying to make it short. Okay, so greetings in Nihongo. Nihongo means Japanese language, and the Nihon, it's the country name, Nihon, and adding go, and that's changed into the language. So Nihon, that's Japan, go for the language. If you want to say France go, French, France, that's the country name, and adding go like that. Okay. Okay, so the konnichiwa and sayonara, and maybe some of you know arigato. So those are the probably famous, like widely known, the Japanese greetings. Okay, but I hear many people just say konnichiwa over konnichiwa, but we say konnichiwa. Okay, so I found this interesting video that many Japanese people and say just saying konnichiwa and sayonara over and over. So let's take a look at this video. Okay.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Sayonara.
はい、こんにちは。
はい、こんにちは。
こんにちは。こんにちは。さよなら。さよなら。
こんにちは。
こんにちは。
さよなら。さよなら。
こんにちは。
さよなら。こんにちは。
さよなら。
こんにちは。
こんにちは。
さよなら。
こんにちは。
さよなら。こんにちは。さよなら。またお待ちしております。
はい、こんにちは。
こんにちは。さよなら。
さよなら。
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 Okay, so that was the video. Okay, the people say konnichiwa over konnichiwa, right? And sayonara or sayonara. Okay, so there are two ways, sayonara or sayonara. Okay. Okay, so that was konnichiwa and sayonara, but I would like to introduce three basic greetings. Okay, so there are three ladies here. Okay, and they are bowing. Okay, the Japanese people tend to bow, okay, when we greet each other, okay? And this is for the morning, afternoon, and nighttime, I think, okay? So let's take a look. The first one is, I don't know if you can see these words. Maybe I'm blocking you, and I don't know if I can change these settings. So the first one is ohayo gozaimasu, ohayo gozaimasu. Okay, the reason I put parentheses gozaimasu, the last part, okay, we can also use ohayo, ohayo, okay. This one is with your family members and also like with your friends. It's informal way of good morning, okay. And adding gozaimasu, it's very formal. Well, not very, like, you know, the formal, the polite way to say. Okay, so you use ohayo gozaimasu, the someone who is older than you, and or like, you know, your boss or your the teacher, professor, and and also like someone you don't know so well, and you tend to use ohayo gozaimasu. Okay, but with your friends, close friends, and like your family member, we just use ohayo. Okay, like that. The next one, this one is we just watch the video, but the konnichiwa, konnichiwa, konnichiwa. That's for the afternoon. So after the lunchtime, you can just say konnichiwa. Okay. And finally, this is the nighttime. You can say konbanwa, konbanwa. Okay. We're gonna practice more with the situation. Okay, this is the situation number one. So you are this person, you are a student, okay? Suppose you are a student. Okay, the student, and this is a teacher, I think. You come to school in the morning, of course, like, yeah. So most of the case, okay? So, and first you have to greet your teacher, Okay, your teacher, usually they are older than you, right? That's the most of the case. Okay, so you are a student and you have to greet your teacher. That's the one way. Okay, and of course, like at school, you have you see a lot of friends. Okay, you also want to greet your friends as well. To teacher, ohayo gozaimasu, right? Yes. So he's older and like, he's your teacher. So you might want to use ohayo gozaimasu. Okay, you don't want to use ohayo to the teacher. Like, your teacher thinks why he is or she is like saying to me like informal way. Okay, so even though she said ohayo gozaimasu, he can say ohayo to the younger people. Okay, so that's the I just wanted to add. And of course, like with your friends, you can just say ohayo like this. Okay, and the situation second, the number two, around noon, 1 p.m. Okay, you see your neighbor, Mrs. Yamada. Okay, I don't know which one is Mrs. Yamada. Okay, the Yamada, by the way, is the very common name, the last name. Okay, Yamada is the last name. Okay, and with the last name, we put san, Yamada-san, Yamada-san. Okay, Yamada-san. こんにちは。山田さん、こんにちは。Okay. 山田さん、こんにちは。山田さん、こんにちは。Okay. So that's for the hello Yamada-san. Yamada, Mrs. Yamada. Okay. If you want to greet each other, you can say John-san, こんにちは. Mary-san, こんにちは. Like that. Okay. So, but please add san when you speak Japanese and when you use their name. Okay. Okay, so the night time. Okay, it's the 10 p.m. He is probably after, like I can tell it's the night time, and maybe after work he stopped by at the bar, and maybe he drank some sake. Okay, and that's why like he is a little bit drunk, and I believe he has some like souvenirs for the family members, and I assume that he has some sushi inside of this box. Okay, anyway, so he seems very happy. Okay, he's a little bit drunk, but 10 p.m. Mr. Yamada see this person's neighbor, okay, on the street, and you can say, Yamada-san, konbanwa, right? Konbanwa, because it's the night time. Okay, this one is Mr. Yamada, and previous slide was Mrs. Yamada. Okay, this adding san is gender free. I can say, okay, you can put both genders. Okay, doesn't have to be Mr. or Mrs. just or like Ms. You can just put san. Okay, Yamada-san or Tanaka-san, John-san, Mary-san. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, and it depends on the time zone. You change the way you greet, right? So I'm in New York, but when I talk to my sister in Tokyo, I'm from Tokyo, and like most of the we are like the 14 hours different. So when I talk to her at the nighttime, she's usually in the morning, and other like vice versa happens when she's nighttime, like this is my morning time. So okay, and after three greetings we learned together with sayonara maybe. Okay, and then let's try to learn how to introduce yourself. Okay, and the first sentence I want you to remember is はじめまして。はじめまして。Okay, let me say it with my natural speed. はじめまして。はじめまして。はじめまして。Let me say it a little bit slower for you. はじめまして。はじめまして。Okay, if you want to pause somewhere, はじめ, that's the place here, right here. はじめ and まして。Okay, はじめまして。Let's practice two more times. はじめまして。はじめまして。Okay, so okay, introducing yourself with three sentences that はじめまして is the first one. Okay, and she's bowing, right? Okay, so the first, maybe only the はじめまして we don't bow this way. Okay, はじめまして okay, 私は斉藤和子です。私は斉藤です。私は和子です。You can replace this here 名前 okay with your name. Okay, so you can say I am 和子 or I am 斉藤和子 like that. 私は 私 means I 私は和子です。Okay, 私は your name です。Okay, so you can use your name here and you can do the self-introduction. Okay, so that's the second sentence I want you to do. Okay, introduce yourself. Okay, the third sentence. よろしくお願いします。Okay, so that's the end of the self-introduction. Okay, so you can introduce yourself with using Japanese, many other information. For example, you are from, like, I can say, like, after 私は斉藤和子です. I can say, like, I'm from Tokyo, or like, I teach Japanese, or like, I have 4 children, or that kind of things, like all those information. But for the ending, I said, よろしくお願いします. Okay, this phrase is very useful, and the people just daily basis that they use all the time. Okay, when they wanna pass like some information. Okay, this is my ending. So and よろしくお願いします means I cannot find the perfect translation. Okay, but I can translate よろしくお願いします that means like please be good to me from now on. Okay, that kind of the feelings this word has. Okay, so when you want to ask someone a favor, we say よろしくお願いします if like I'm sending out some email, I just tend to put よろしくお願いします that happens to the business Japanese, and also like when you have to ask something, like that happens all the time よろしくお願いします so people use all the time. Yeah, that this phrase is really good to know. Okay, よろしくお願いします Okay, this is just a practice. Okay, suppose you were Michael Jackson, right? Okay, so you are Michael. Okay, then はじめまして you are Michael. Okay, you have to introduce yourself. はじめまして。Okay, your name is Michael Jackson. So, 私はマイケルです。That's how we say Michael, in Japanese. マイケル。私はマイケルです。私はマイケルです。よろしくお願いします。Okay, so instead of here, Michael, okay, you can use your own name and you can practice this three. Okay, はじめまして、私はメアリーです。よろしくお願いします。はじめまして、私はジョンです。よろしくお願いします。Okay, when you say よろしくお願いします、maybe you can bow. Okay, はじめまして、私はクリスです。よろしくお願いします。Like this. Okay. Okay, now, okay, since you can, you know how to greet and you know how to do introduction. Okay, now, okay, this is going to be our activity, but let's practice how to introduce your friends to the other person. Okay, they are introducing each other. Okay, so that's the situation that we would like to do. Okay, again, Michael Jackson. But this time you are not Michael Jackson, you are you. And you want to introduce your friends, Michael Jackson, to the other friends. Okay, so, okay, I put 皆さん, but you can say like if you are just, you know, introducing your friend Michael Jackson to Yamada-san, you can change Yamada-san, こんにちは. Yamada-san, こんにちは. Since Yamada-san and myself, we are already like, you know each other. Okay, so we can just say Yamada-san, こんにちは. Or maybe Yamada-san would say to me, 斉藤さん、こんにちは. Okay, so that's good enough. Okay, and 皆さん, that's the to everyone. Okay, so if you want to introduce someone to our main group of the chat, the Zoom, okay, you can use 皆さん. That means everyone. Everyone, hello. Hello, everyone. That's 皆さん、こんにちは. Okay. So, instead of 私は, okay, let's replace こちらはマイケルさんです. You are no longer Michael Jackson. Okay, so you have to introduce your friend. So you should put さん after his name. Okay, and こちら is this. This is マイケルさん. This is マイケルさん. こちらはマイケルさんです. こちらはマイケルさんです. Like that. And ending is the same. Okay, よろしくお願いします. Okay, let me say it one more time. 皆さん、こんにちは. 皆さん is for everyone. But if I want to just introduce Michael-san to Yamada-san, I can change Yamada-san, こんにちは. Okay, the second sentence is こちらは this person, こちらはマイケルさんです. こちらはマイケルさんです. And then よろしくお願いします. Like that. Okay, so that was the introducing someone to the others. Okay, this is just a recap. Okay, that's the final slide. Okay, we learned 3 greetings. Ohayo or ohayo gozaimasu. That's the first one for the good morning. And konnichiwa is for the hello or good afternoon. Konbanwa is good evening, right? The 3 different greetings. And then we learned how to introduce yourself. はじめまして。私は your name. Okay, 私は I am 和子です。私は斉藤です。And よろしくお願いします。よろしくお願いします。That's how you introduce yourself. Okay, the lastly, and we learned how to introduce Michael Jackson to the Yamada-san, right? Or like Michael Jackson to the group. Okay, 皆さん is for the everyone. 皆さん、こんにちは。こちら this person, こちらは your friend's name, マイケルさんです。よろしくお願いします。 So that's the end of the pre-work. I hope you learned some of the Japanese words, and please watch video a couple of times so you can learn some Japanese words. Okay, I see you on Saturday with the synchronous session. Okay, and let's practice Japanese more. Okay, great. Thank you. I'm gonna stop recording. Stop.